Okay, so despite me not actually having to come back through here for the ramen thing, I do have to go back to both places because both secrets that I had missed lead to a chipset. And like I said, that's kind of the... Okay, goodbye. That's kind of the biggest secret that I would desperately want, is to have the chipsets. I don't care too much about missing the other stuff, but the chips are, at the very least, different gameplay mechanics, and some of them might be ones I would want. So I would, I'd say they're worth coming back for. I don't know what they are entirely. Oh, I love doing that. It's always so fun. Just always choking at the last second. I'm like, yeah, I got the rhythm, and then oops, rhythm's gone. I just lose it because I have to shift my brain to okay, move the analog stick now. Just move it. If I don't think about it, it probably would be a lot easier, but I start to second guess myself. Or just try to psych myself up for it. Yeah, look how clean that was. Alright, we got skill chip. Also, we can level up again. That's cool.
Nice.
What was our new skill chip? Triple crown. Badman only. Attack power increase with each beer, but chance of getting drunk, immobilized, plus effective reset also increases with each beer. Okay, maybe Badman has a couple of, some tech that's unique to him. Okay, but now I just have to make my way all the way back, and then we can, I need to go to the other floor. Not floor, the other door. Same, like both of the fourth floor ones are basically where I missed these. Hopefully I can actually use this other chip that I got. I'm kind of really interested in seeing how Badman plays now, though, since he has a unique chipset. Okay. It's amazing how much easier it is to run through this section when you don't suck at the platforming. I was actually able to kind of keep the rhythm going pretty well. And it's a lot quicker. I think this is the end right here. Drop down. I don't care if I missed those coins. I think there's a battle here from the video I saw. I don't like that there's so many explodies, so I will do that. Oh, right, that's not a bounce pad one. Silly me. Alright, we got a chip. Also, it kind of looks like there's a way back around, but I might have to fight enemies. I didn't see this far. I just saw that I got the chip and was good with that. I don't know why it showed red. Yeah, so I could have gotten that chip and came back this way, because I would have still had to have fought the boss.
You like that?
Easy. Let's take a look at that chip. Hopefully this is one we can actually use. Nibimimb. Travis only skill. Nutsberry Milk Black Mange. Temporarily causes normal attacks to release a shockwave. Kind of like the sound of that, honestly. The stun's really good with Psycho Chip. I don't... Oh, these are all really nice, though. I'll give it a shot later, but I think we're going straight to the boss at this point, so I kind of don't want to experiment. A way to heal the bomb, stun, the shock has good damage. I don't know. It definitely seems like it would be a good one. Okay. Again, probably missed some stuff, but I got what I wanted. I think in stats, we can actually look at what we have. I think the only skill chip we are missing is from the boss fight. I am missing a Unreal logo, but other than that, I got everything, so I'm pretty happy. Like, oh, I'm just gonna miss a t-shirt. Like, I'm kind of happy with what I got in Life is Destroy. I didn't get the hidden character because I missed that one in another UE logo. And then just the hidden character here. So, like, as long as I get the chip, I'm happy. And Ramen Shop would be very nice as well. But, again, just more options with the chip is too enticing. Options with the shirt doesn't really matter that much, because, like, what? Can you even tell I'm wearing a Fury shirt right now? For the most part, the shirt is only, like, really visible when you use the toilet. Which, speaking of toilet, it's time for me to relieve myself. It's also not like I'm gonna really want to wear too many Unreal Engine shirts. I am curious about all of the different designs, considering it seems like every level has 2, so that's a pretty big chunk of Unreal shirts. But I don't think I care that much about that. Boss fight, let's go! I'm hoping boss fight. There he is! Loading in that texture. It is a pretty cool robot design. I just don't like the wooden stuff as much, especially the horse knees. They're not really knees, shin guards. Again, that art's pretty cool, but scary looking. So that's Junior, so that would be the old man. Who are you? I'm Travis Touchdown. I'm an assassin who somehow found my way here. Have you come to kill me? Possibly. Whether you live or die depends on you. Why have I returned? Did you do this? Well, yeah, I guess I did. Why? I was seeking death. I am tired. Now I just want to die. So I made it look like a murder. I thought everything out so thoroughly. Well, that murder was solved. By whom? By me. You should have just left it alone, you goddamn fool. Hey now, I just saved your life and you're calling me a goddamn fool? You worthless little punk. This old bastard is already far too good. Draw your sword, I'll put you down like a dog. Bring it on, Gramps, I'll kill the shit out of you. Dai Tokyo Mugen Sabaku. Dad, it's showtime. Wood suit onward! It's Papa. Can we keep up the tradition of me dying during the boss fight? I should have expected it to be set up like this. Probably a waste of one of those things. And a waste of that, definitely. Didn't mean to. Probably shouldn't be doing the heavy as much as I am. Second phase. Oh no, we're just moving forward. That fire is probably an issue. Stun him. Oh my goodness. Is that Dad? Attack on Titan. That fire scares me. Okay, I just have to stay away from the laser path. That's not too bad. Ow! Oh, he's out of his dad. His dad's dead? He doesn't have a health bar. Finish? Oh, okay. That was like a last-ditch effort. That was kind of neat. That was actually really easy. What's the deal with the giant robot, though? You win. Is clear time only the boss fight? Oh, I did it! S rank! I'm moving up in the world. No longer a C rank player. I'm like what, B rank now? 2 C ranks and an S? That has to, like, even out to something. So I didn't have level 3 charge, so I'm assuming because it was quick and I didn't quite take that much damage, and obviously no deaths, I was able to S rank it. I doubt I get anything for S ranking, but you know, if you want to, it's fun. You went easy on me, punk. The hell I did, I just didn't feel like slicing down such a desperate opponent is all. I thought he was gonna say old man. You've got good eyes, boy. Dangerous, but good. I'm no Gundam pilot or whatever. That was fun. I led a good life. Goodbye, punk. You're crazy, man. A flower for Brian Buster. A man lives constantly seeking the moment his petals drop. Travis, when your time comes, be sure to look your killer in the eye. Honestly, with like No More Heroes 3, I'm almost worried that Travis's time is gonna come soon. So I almost feel like we didn't really see enough of his, like, arsenal to know what even this would be. Strike Freedom chip acquired. The icon makes it look like I dropped something. So maybe like a missile barrage kind of thing. Like, it was obvious you could kind of assume that Doppelganger's thing would have been a doppelganger effect. And then, like, triple star would be electricity. Imagine if I actually just get a mecha when I use that. Wouldn't that be hype? Brian Buster Jr. sought out death. Seeing him struggle to search for a place to die was pitiful. So why didn't he choose suicide? The fear of death? That's not it. But he did choose suicide. It just didn't take. He had no right to die by his own hand. I felt like he realized that dying like a dog was the only way for him to atone. Could I live like he did? Nope. That old dude was real, man. Whatever anyone else may say, he really was a real man. Rest in peace. I guess the fact that he ended up fighting us instead of just laying down and dying by the end. New t-shirt has been added to the bathroom. New articles. New. Facts received. Gene is lost somewhere. New scenario in Travis Strikes Back. Save again. Let me look up my new t-shirts. Notice the weird, like, window texture. Oh, no, it's... I'm stupid. It's just the tree in the background. I thought the window texture was moving around while I moved. I'm just an idiot. Pay no attention to me. Killing wastes resources white. I feel like Unreal Purple is nicer. Yeah, like, I understand, I guess, why they wouldn't want to have a full costume set up. Because, like, just keep the jacket. One, the jacket's sick. I like this jacket. But, like, you're not really seeing a lot of the character's outfit in this game. I don't know. I don't really care much for the Hollow Knight shirt. I love Hollow Knight, just the shirt's kind of meh for me. Anything else I would want? I want new. I don't know what I want new. Just plain. Wrestle. Randomize. I'm already running out of shirts of games I've played, so maybe we will just Hollow Knight it up. Probably should have came here first. Ramen blog. Didn't have beer. Beer, which in the Shocking Twist is unavailable. Love Zone adds a wet, salty battle of Kawana Kajima rages on in my bowl. I call in a beer for the coup de grace, but to no avail. The war is unwinnable. Negative 800 points. It's delicious, though. No, all delicious. I like how the access point still actually shows you where you found it. Although that one's a bit weird because it's still a 2D plane. Can't say I was the biggest fan of coffee and donuts because of the 2D plane thing. So you've cleared the third game. Simply knowing the following information puts your lives further in danger, so I didn't want to tell you, but now I guess I have no choice. The military and the CIA were involved in the development of the DDMK-2. Juvenile and I first met in the DDMK-2 lab, barely 10 years old at the time. We were both orphans and were scouted by the development team after our hyperintelligence was noticed. The DDMK-2 was originally developed for a project to move people to Mars. In this project, the glove would collect personal data and then send that data to a machine on Mars. There, a device sort of like a 3D printer would create a clone of the person, thus populating the planet with human Martians. I wonder if that whole 3D printing clone would be how we would get Bad Girl back for Badman? However, the CIA repurposed the technology for a different project in which they planned to create a murder machines here on Earth. If drones could be used to haul the printers to enemy territory and print out soldiers there, then they could pull off everything from assassinations to full-on terrorism to their heart's content. The printers are terrifyingly accurate and can print up everything from humans to weapons. In order to stop this project from taking off, Juvenile planted bugs in the mother machine still in development, preventing it from working properly. Now you can probably imagine just what will happen if you manage to clear all of these games. That's right, the mother machines lying dormant underneath CIA HQ will be set, and the CIA will revive the Death Drive project. Please, I beg of you, stop and turn back now. God bless America. To help you to understand the nature of our work, I'd like to tell you about Juvenile's background. She was originally born in Ukraine and raised by a single mother. She survived the Chernobyl meltdown when she was small, but lost her mother. After that, she was adopted and sent to America, where she gained US citizenship. It's never been proven, but there are rumors that her father was a high-ranking US government official. We do know that her adoption was facilitated by the government. They say that her genius intellect was inherited from her father. We first met at the Hazard Lab. We were just barely 10 years old at the time, while we both had extremely high expectations placed upon us due to our intellects. We were still just children. We were also lonely. She was like a little sister to me, and while dealing with the mental and emotional strain of being stuck between heavy responsibilities and an excessively luxurious environment, I devoted myself to development. The project for the transfer to Mars was extremely crucial to the US, and was meant to finally reignite America's worldwide stardom. It was literally the American dream, but the project required vast amounts of money. The cutting-edge system came as a set, along with tools for profiting from war. While I did have some inkling of what was going on, that was America's business, not mine. I turned the other cheek. I myself am an American citizen, and was as happy as anyone for the US to regain its glory. Well, she was different. The Soviets had contaminated and ruined her Ukrainian homeland, and her anger and disgust towards government tyranny and oppression knew no bounds. When she found out about the CIA's project using the DDMK-2 technology to develop weapons for assassination, her feelings of utter hopelessness and rage caused her to shut herself away in the lab. She planted bugs throughout all of the games and made it so that those entering the mother machine would be unable to come back out. When she barricaded herself in the lab, she was prepared to die if necessary. Being one of the top minds, even in the US, my superiors asked me to convince her to stop. If possible, the government wanted to get things under control the easy way and get her back on their side. Me, a proud American, and Juvenile, who hated the very idea of government, from the bottom of her heart, we were torn between our differences in nationalism and patriotism, and our affection for each other. It was hard. I'll continue the story later. God bless America! I always like reading that last part. There's one extremely important thing I need to tell you. This is something tied very closely to Juvenile's worldview. Her adoptive American father was actually the main character of Life is Destroy, the game we basically got that info from that, right? The game you cleared, the real-life serial killer doppelganger. Because I guess I didn't know for sure if it was Juvenile. He basically said that his daughter made the game though, right? Until he adopted Juvenile, Doppelganger was a good man, a social worker who worked hard for the sake of society, but Juvenile's mind-boggling intelligence caused him to develop a psychological complex and excruciating stress, which apparently drove him insane. Really, it was Juvenile's intelligence that caused that? Try to imagine it. A small child instantaneously able to work her head around university-level studies, who is fluent in multiple languages and zooms through the ranks at school. She had a bright future ahead of her, yet Doppelganger spent his days dealing with the futureless and hopeless, the poor and unfortunate people deemed unfit by most of society. Doppelganger's wife, finding Juvenile to be creepy and frightening, was extremely violent with her. Doppelganger himself continued to slide further into insanity. One day, seemingly out of the blue, he murdered his wife and took advantage of his position as a social worker to murder numerous people who were striving to return to society. It's difficult to say who the real victim and perpetrators were. Doppelganger was the perpetrator and the victims were the people who died, I guess. What's important here is that Juvenile has seen her own life hit rock bottom a number of times, and she has lost her parents not once but twice, so her commitment to family is even stronger than most other people, for better or for worse. God bless America, K. Sounds like she's a bit wacky. Gonna put that out there. Where's Jean? I'm worried about looking for Jean in Life is Destroyed because it's all kind of the same looking. I'm currently resting after having moved around 4 different houses. That actually helps. The house seems abandoned, there's no trace of anyone here. This room looks like it's been ransacked and there are what appears to be blood stains on the floor. It's really uncomfortable here, please come for me quickly. Move around after doing 4 different houses. So it's either the 4th house or the 5th house, right? That seems actually easy enough. I would assume we just have to...
I'll be back.
I'll be back. Because, like, the save point's right there. I'm gonna go with the 5th house. I know I can skip, but I just like that jingle. It's like a real video game system. This I will skip. So, starting point would be the beginning. This would be house 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's not 5, then 4. And we'll be, like, in the house, right? So we would just have to look for Jean there. I was worried that the description would be a lot vaguer. I can already hear her, so we're good. She's right here.
You want something to eat?
I would assume they just knew it would be difficult here. Yeah! I don't even mean that, like... Because I kind of liked this level outside of the thing chasing me. I don't even mean that the, Oh, leave me alone. I didn't mean to talk to you. I didn't even mean that, like, everything looks the same in, like, a negative way, but, like, when you do suburbia and all the houses, it's, like, you can't really describe anything uniquely, right? So that's kind of why I was a bit worried about that, because it would be like, what would you say? I was next to a toilet? Which toilet? So just kind of explaining exactly what house you need to go to was very kind of the game. Honestly, even with coffee and donuts, I feel like that's going to be a weird one to try to find Jean in, but we'll do it. Jean's precious and we need to save her, and save the game.
Oh.
And now it's time to read. I'm hoping that the reading is still quick now. That they, like, acknowledged that it's a little bit of a slog. Our second go of this was nice, and I appreciate that length. So, again, I'm just hoping it's the same length. Number 3, National Census. Jean, I just saved you. What do we do, Travis? The digest thing again? Yeah, let's do it. Like, digest as in, like, quick synopsis. The Travis Strikes Back digest. Do you believe in urban legends? Me, I love them. I'll read any book with urban legends in the title. I do like urban legends. Now, for the segue. I got word from Comrade. Count Dracula is not only both real and alive, but he's a death ball collector too. We're gonna go find Count Dracula? So off to Romania. Let's go. Going to find Dracula kind of really makes me wish this was part of the game, like we actually just go there. But asking if anyone's seen Dracula is, well, people just think I'm a tweaker and ignore me. I can't find him with just the weak-ass info I have either. I wandered around aimlessly and checked out this beer hall. A horse with a chip on his shoulder came up to me. A real horse? Yeah, okay. What's this now? His eyes are all sparkly. Okay, this is definitely a guy who knows where Dracula is. Awesome. I decided to trust those sparkly eyes. His name was... Epona! Let's go, Epona. Take me to Dracula's castle. Epona guided me to all sorts of old castles, but we didn't find shit. So I figured I might as well try a fortune teller. What a sketchy-ass shop. I pick one from the gaggle of fortune tellers in the underground mall. A big guy with long hair. I like their eye patch? This dude is huge. This guy must be like 7 feet tall. And his name is Sundance? Sketchy-ass name to boot. Sundance grabs some fresh coffee and spills it all over some paper. The coffee stain spreads on the paper. Sundance reads the stains. Tribalbonia Castle. It says the count is in that castle. Jean and I get on Epona and head towards the castle. Is Sundance from something? Because that design was way too cool for just that scene. Apparently Epona and Jean don't get along so well. They fought the whole damn way. Anyway, we get to the castle, but as soon as we get here, Jean just bolts straight into the scary-ass horror movie-style castle. I'm wandering around inside looking for Jean. This place is probably haunted. I follow Jean into the Great Hall. Always breaking my balls, man. Hey now, there he is. Count Dracula down on the floor. Something's up here. A guy with a katana is trying to slice the Count's head off. Okay, wait, I might know who that is. This dude is fucked up. I can't abide by my target getting jacked like that. That arm is too meaty. This dude is also determined. He comes flying at me. What is it? What is the game? This could get crazy. It is a pseudo game. Come on, bring it. But then, he slices the Count's head clean fucking off. He sticks a hand into the Count's brain and pulls out a death ball. He throws it at me. This is what they're looking for, right? I've got no beef with you. Take it, shut up, and leave. Go now and I'll let you live. My name is Mondo Zappa. I'm with the Federal Memetic Assassination Administration. This doppelganger was a finely crafted fake. The real one is still out there, somewhere. Tracking him down is our job. Dracula acquired tolerance to light in a quid pro quo with the Reaper. He became doppelganger, able to live in the sunlight. Became doppelganger? That's all, no questions. I'm done here. I'm off to find the real doppelganger. They say he's in Central America. Right, because I mean we were playing the video game Doppelganger. Anyways, I'll leave you to it. Travis touchdown. He knows my name! He just ran his mouth and disappeared. Mondo. He's pretty good. So there are still a few out there. Whatever, I got what I came for. I'll have Bishop appraise it. Is it Killer is Dead? Is that what the game is? I'm gonna have to look it up. But yeah, like, I remember seeing that big, weird robot arm. And that image at the bottom looked very robot army. Let's go, Gene. Let's punch it. Don't let them catch you. Like hell, I'm approaching vanishing point. Who's trying to catch you? To be continued. I think it's Killer is Dead. Which makes me wonder if Sundance was from Killer is Dead. And also, if anyone else is from other stuff. A new article has been added to the archives. Death Ball acquired. Save? Yeah. I was wondering about the guy that showed up at Badman's apartment, or, like, hotel room. Because he kind of was, like, weirdly, like, low poly. In, like, a different way compared to, like, how everyone else looked. So I'm kind of suspicious about who that is. He might be from something. I know, Killer 7 is, like, cel-shaded, which makes me think it might be that. But I would have to look into it. I know that the guy that comes after Travis at the end of No More Heroes 1 was from Killer 7. Archive, there we go. Golden Dragon GP. Let me zoom so I can take this picture. Alright, looks like a dojo and there is a chip there. So when I find a chip, I'm gonna have to put the code in. And that dojo is where there's a sheep man. So honestly, these are pretty straightforward. What's this about? Wait. Vector display. This was a display method in video game graphics back in the 70s and 80s. Was only capable of drawing dots and lines. Its unique and nostalgic aesthetic transcends time and sticks to your hearts and mind. That kind of looks cool. Are we doing like a bike section? Become invincible by pressing both mouse buttons at once. I don't have a mouse. I like those silly ones. Let's read the description for this out. Who will survive the race and what will be left of them? Racing with murder? A 4 kilometers straight away with shocking twists. You've never seen a racing game this thrilling before. I wonder if... Like, obviously that's a battle area, so we will still do battles. I was gonna say I wonder if it's all racing, but clearly not. Maybe most of it will be racing, though. Take control of your monster machine and dominate the GDGP. In the 22nd century, the Japanese auto industry dominated the Formula racing scene. The world at large became annoyed and changed up the rules. Japan now has the deck stacked against them, with winning deemed impossible. However, those crazy-ass Japanese people, in true kamikaze spirit, decided to say screw Formula racing and go independent. Thus began a new type of hyper-drag racing, with ultra-short battles and certain death par for the course, the Golden Dragon Grand Prix. But that's not all! It's Grand Prix, isn't it? I always want to pronounce the X. The race takes place not down here on the asphalt, but up above the clouds. This under a minute super extreme sport has quickly developed its own cult of fans to becoming the next big thing. Death-defying challengers gather to compete from around the globe, and with gambling becoming rampant, various crime syndicates from around the world have also gotten involved, aim for the title of world champion while driving, killing, and soaring through the terrifying race of psychos. Smoking King. The main character, Smoking King, is a former junior champion sumo wrestler. Sounds badass already. After teaming up with the Kiryu-Gumi Yakuza syndicate and becoming involved in the brutal murders of said syndicate's rival family, he's able to get off by claiming self-defense, but ends up being forced to retire. Since then, he's acted as a bodyguard for the Kinru-Gumi while also racing for them in the Golden Dragon GP. Grand Prix. It's an acronym, so that was my first instinct to say the acronym. And that's what that is up there, GP, Golden Dragon, Grand Prix. While racing in the name of making the Kinru-Gumi the world's top crime syndicate, he wears costumes to hide his true identity. Big sumo man, he's got a bunch of pipes on him. The racer, a masked former sumo wrestler, topping speeds of 800 kilometers per hour. Grab the handlebars, light your smoke, and become invincible. Seems like a big lad. I'm interested in like a race thing. I do like how these are pretty varied. What's the next game? Killer Marathon. The games do seem pretty varied, so I appreciate that. I need to put on my new shirt before we continue. Siren. I could always do the ones that we already have. I guess we'll do Hollow Knight. Badman can still be a Yick fan. It's okay. Badman's allowed to like Yick.